trythrive.com/relationship theory. That's trythrive.com/relationship theory for 10% off your order. Now back to the episode.
So that's really important to identify, like, who's actually got the fixed mindset here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another rousing, I said it, edition.
I need to get you 4 other words at least to rotate.
Do we? I did it that time because I know that it winds you up that I always say that.
All right. So this question is from Gabriel Claudette. How do you handle a spouse that constantly picks fault and blames you while professing their greatness? Well, that's complete antithesis of what we just said.
Yeah, so here's the thing. When a question is phrased like that, do you take it at face value? Or are they an example of exactly what we were talking about with a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, right? So it's entirely possible that this is exactly as they say it, and that the other person is just icky. They haven't found a way to express themselves effectively, and so they really are making themselves sound amazing, and they're just picking at them. It is entirely possible that that is 100% accurate, okay? And it would then default exactly back to what I was saying earlier, which is you can't have somebody that's doing that. So you'd have to introduce the whole concept of a growth mindset and being supportive and all that.
That's really interesting. It never occurred to me.
Now the flip is so funny,
because I just thought, oh, bless, yes, of course, someone's blaming this person for having faults but yeah, I never thought that they could be interpreting it wrong.
Possibly, right?
Sure. But
I like to abstract it from the person that's actually presenting it.
Isn't that a good question to ask yourself?
Yes.
The second you're feeling like that towards somebody, why am I always getting blamed, right? You've said to me in the past, especially when I was I think really sick, and so I wasn't necessarily emotionally completely stable, is that you were saying you're being negative, you're showing a fixed mindset, you need to stop focusing on the negative. And so I kept thinking well, he doesn't get it, and he doesn't understand the pain, and just enlightened me. So sorry, I just had to say that.
No,
keep going.
For sure. Yeah, so to your point, they, yes, definitely need to ask, why am I feeling defensive? Why do I feel attacked, right? So just a glimpse inside my mindset.
Great.
I never lead with this person is attacking me. I always lead with why am I feeling attacked? And what have I done to get myself in this situation, right? So if a meteorite strikes and kills you 6,000 miles from here, I don't blame the meteorite, I blame myself. So that's so fundamental and core to who I am. I'm just going to ask myself, what have I done to get in this situation? So that's really important to identify, who's actually got the fixed mindset here. So if I've already addressed what I would do if they really are just attacking, but if I'm looking at this situation and I'm I perceive it to be that they're attacking me, and I actually identify, okay, whoa, maybe they really do. When I think through what they're saying, I first try to separate the message from the messenger, because here's another thing. I wouldn't be in a relationship where I thought the person was in an ongoing fashion attacking me.
Right.
I would start breaking down, how am I so bad at communication that I'm not able to explain to them how it makes me feel, that it's a strategy that they're using, that the strategy isn't working because it's making me feel like this, which I would do all of those things, okay? So I would say, hey, I've asked myself the question, do you love me? The answer is yes. So I know that you're not intending to make me feel this way, but let me just really articulate how that's making me feel. Now, I own my feelings. It's not you. But the strategy that you're using, and I use language like that on purpose to not make it about that person. I'm not trying to attack you and be like, bitch, what are you doing? Right? Which is just then going to make you defensive. Now we're both defensive.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, okay, look, I'm going to take ownership of this. These are my feelings, but this is how it's making me feel.
Right.
If you really do love me and really do have a growth mindset, you're going to be looking, whoa, okay, that was not my intention. And you and I have a fundamental agreement. If you get what you intended, you have done the right thing. If you do not get what you intended, you get something anywhere, shape, or form different than what you intended, you have, by definition, used the wrong strategy.
Right.
So if I say to you,
so important.
I'm going to assume, because you love me, that you did not intend to make me feel this way. The strategy that you're currently using is making me feel X, Y, Z. I'm going to do my work on that. But in the meantime, if you could also help me by using a different strategy, and we have the saying called giving the keys to the kingdom, I would give you the keys to the kingdom by telling you the strategy that would be effective on me.
Right.
And so I would say, this is how I would prefer you approach it. It would be amazing if you would help me through this time as I figure out why it's like really upsetting me or making me feel this way or whatever, shutting me down, making me feel defensive, triggering my insecurities, whatever the case may be. If in this interim period, as I figure all that out, if you could please use that strategy, that would really, really be amazing. Then, because you are my amazing wife, you actually would use the requested strategy.
But it's also, from the opposite side, it's hard to hear that you've upset somebody, right? Because that's, in looking at why I used to get annoyed when you would say that, it was really because I would get upset that I've hurt you, because that wasn't my intention.
Sure.
So you're like, you've really upset me. So now I go in complete defense mode because that wasn't my intention. And so if it wasn't my intention, why are you like pinpointing that I'm not a good person, or like that's what I'm feeling,
Sure.
right? Like you're making out like I'm not a good person because I've hurt you, but that wasn't in my intention. So instead of just listening, I used to push back, right? And defend myself. Like, yeah, but that's not what I meant. I meant this. But really, that's not a good strategy, because my intention clearly didn't come across. Was my intention to hurt you? No. So did I misstep some way? Yes. So go, okay, that wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to upset him. Just own that you did, and now figure out how to either do it next time or to show him I didn't mean to upset him. So then I speak about, with my intention was this, this, and this. And that's when you say, but that didn't come across. If that really was your intention, this is how you should have said it to me for me to hear what you wanted. And we really do talk like that. Like we really do say, this is the word. Like for whatever reason, that word rattles me. Like, so don't use that word. You can use it to other people. Even when you hear it, it doesn't rattle you. But for whatever reason, using that word with me does rattle me. So use this word instead so I can hear what you're saying. And so we just like learn to speak each other's languages like that.
No question.